A silent war is breaking out inside the Federal Reserve, and it's not about inflation. It's about AI, and the outcome will decide if your cost of living skyrockets or collapses. In 4 minutes, I'll reveal the two hidden factions and what they're about to do to your money. Most people assume the Fed just tweaks interest rates based on jobs and inflation. But now there's a third monster in the room: artificial intelligence. Over the past year, internal debates have intensified. Some officials see AI as the biggest supply-side shock since the internet, potentially unleashing productivity and keeping inflation low without rate hikes. Others think it's a demand bomb, fueling investment booms and wage disruption that could reignite inflation. This isn't academic. The Fed's next moves on rates depend on which camp wins. And the scary part? They're not even using the same data to make their case. Here's the mammoth disagreement: AI's impact on the neutral rate of interest, R*. That's the theoretical rate that neither stimulates nor restricts the economy. If AI boosts productivity dramatically, R* should rise, meaning the Fed can keep rates higher without slowing growth. But if AI displaces workers faster than it creates new roles, aggregate demand could crater, forcing R* lower. Two recent research papers from Fed economists reached opposite conclusions. One, using historical tech adoption curves, argued AI could add 1.5% to potential GDP per year. The other, focused on labor market churn, warned of a 2 million job deficit by 2030. The Fed chair is stuck in the middle. And this isn't a future problem, it's shaping the dot plot right now. In March, Fed Governor Lisa Cook gave a speech that flew under the radar. She noted that AI adoption in the service sector, which makes up 80% of U.S. employment, is tracking twice as fast as the manufacturing automation of the 2000s. Yet productivity gains are showing up unevenly, concentrated in big tech, not small businesses. This asymmetry is what's tearing the Fed apart. Meanwhile, the latest Beige Book showed businesses in 6 districts pulling forward AI investments while freezing hiring. That's a deflationary signal. But the same report showed consumer spending holding strong, partly due to AI-driven personalization boosting retail sales. So you have two forces pulling in opposite directions, and the data can support either narrative. So what does this fight inside the Fed mean for your wallet? First, expect interest rate volatility. If the AI optimist camp gains ground, the Fed may hold rates higher for longer, crushing bond prices and growth stocks. If the pessimists win, we could see cuts sooner than the market expects, sending mortgages lower and sparking a housing rebound. You need to watch the language in FOMC minutes for clues. Look for phrases like technology-driven productivity or structural labor displacement. The next meeting is critical. Also, consider diversifying across rate-sensitive sectors. Own some tech for the bull case, but also utilities and consumer staples for the bear case. This uncertainty is a trader's paradise, if you know what to track. But most people will be blindsided. There's a third dimension that even Fed watchers are missing: AI's impact on the dollar's reserve status. If the US achieves AGI first, it could cement dollar dominance for decades, making imports dirt cheap, a massive deflationary force. But if China's AI models leapfrog, the dollar could weaken, importing inflation. This geopolitical AI race is seeping into the Fed's calculus via the exchange rate channel. A recent Brookings paper suggested the Fed is already modeling AGI scenarios that could alter the policy rate path by up to 200 basis points. That's a rate swing that could mean the difference between a soft landing and a full-blown recession. And it's happening behind closed doors. The next FOMC statement in June will be the most important in years. The dot plot might reveal a deeper split on the long-run neutral rate, with a few dots moving significantly higher or lower. Pay attention to the balance of risks paragraph. If it mentions technology or productivity, it's a signal the debate is now public. And that could move markets violently. The AI genie is out of the bottle, and the Fed is trying to figure out if it's a friend or foe. By the end of this year, we'll know which side is winning, and your financial future hangs in the balance. The question is, are you prepared? If you want to stay ahead of policy shifts that most people ignore, subscribe and hit the bell now. Drop a comment. Do you think AI will cause inflation or deflation?